Good day. How are we, folks? How'd you like that little Star Wars transition? Okay. Just give it a moment to see how many people got in. What time is it? Afternoon. Yes, it's that. It's hard to keep track in the end times. So how are we all? Are we all having a good Saturday so far? Just doing a little prep ahead of time. Get everything in order. Do something a little bit different today. I've had I have a new studio setup. It's very nice. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you. Yes, it's nice to be seen. How is the quality of this stream? I want to make sure everything's working okay. Is the audio level okay? Frame rate's okay? Everything's working fine? Yeah? Everything good? Just a bit of feedback. Oh, pardon me. I want to make sure everything's running smoothly. You look different. The Ravagers of Time have not been kind to me. Will the live stream be saved? I believe so. I believe YouTube does save its live streams, unless you ask for it not to. So yeah, just let me know. So before we get properly started, frame rate's okay, everything's running smoothly, audio level's okay, everybody's happy with this, yeah? Can I get a shout out? Fruitful Pity. Well, yes, you can. There you go. Yeah, if anybody's got any shout outs they want to throw out, if anybody's got YouTube channels they want to promote, if anybody's got, who among you have creative projects? Gemma Tweedy, I'm doing CGI dinosaurs, so this feels appropriate to listen to. Fantastic. Always good to hear people getting engaged in creative paleo work. Counter Cheese, the one who asks, where did you animate it? Yes, I'm very limited in where I can animate. Oh, hang on. Careful, I'm not sponsored. Yet. Ben Bidaka, Mastodon t-shirts. Hell yeah, big fan of Mastodon. Hello from Tifton. Hello, Balin. Balin? Not sure how to pronounce that, I apologise sincerely. Okay, so it seems like everything's running smoothly. So, here's what we're doing today. Something a bit different. Now, those of you who've followed me for a while might know that my animations are horribly outdated. I know a lot of people like them, they get a lot of views, they're my biggest videos, but the way I make them is horrifically outdated. The software I've been using is Macromedia Flash 8, which was made in 2007. And the reason I've not been able to do anything more advanced is partially because Adobe software, which is the more modern version of Flash, is a subscription service. And I'm not a fan of subscription services for software. I'd rather buy it and then own it, use it. So Adobe is an ongoing monthly subscription, which kind of puts pressure on you to get your monthly money's worth. And, if I'm in a bit of a creative rut, I'd like to be able to take a break from it. But recently, I've been saving up a bit of money. Now, I haven't bought this yet. This is the demo version. This is something a bit new. This is the demo version, which means I can't properly export it. So, what I'll have to do, I'm saving up. Eventually, I want to be able to buy this. This is a program called TVPaint. And it is a studio-grade animation software. This is the software that Primal is made in. If any of you know what Primal is, you look nice today. Are you flirting with me? Fruitful? Yes, TVPaint, it's a drawing-based animation software rather than vector-based like Flash is. Flash, I've basically pushed the limits of what's possible with it. The last couple of videos, the night vision in Midnight Ambush and the water effects in Whale Slayer, they pretty much, that's the limit of what Flash is capable of. It's such a hassle because it is such old software. It's difficult to play around with. So TVPaint, on the other hand, is drawing-based software. So it's sort of like something like Photoshop. It's sort of like Photoshop or Affinity, but with frames. So you have a lot more drawing options, and it's 13 years worth of user feedback and technological advance. So of course it's better. So today I'm going to have a little experiment and see if I can draw, or animate. I'm going to see if I can animate something in TVPaint. I'm going to give a shout out before we get started to the channel I'm Small Fry, or known as Small Fry. She's got a series of videos on her channel, TVPaint for Beginners, and that's been a big help. They've helped me sort of get my head around how this software works. So, here we go. We're going to do another Star Wars transition. You ready? Do, 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 do. Excellent. I'm using OBS. OBS is so much fun. Live streaming software. Actually, it's loads of fun to play around with. Watch this. Watch this. Woo! There's all kinds of things you can do with this. It's so much fun. Megarosaurus 12. No, you're not late. We're just getting started. Godzilla himself. Good lord. Says nice glove. Yeah, it's a neat little bit of... it just reduces the friction on your graphics tablet. So, you know, while you're drawing, you're not... Because, you know, your skin naturally produces oils. And you don't want to get that all over your tablet screen. Tammy Swanson. She's here. I can smell the brimstone from her cloven footprints. Been watching a lot of Parks and Rec lately. So, what my plan is I'm going to try and animate a little cartoon T-Rex roaring. To run off that, again, I'm going to get to show you all the features that, a lot of the features that TVPaint has. Things that'll help me achieve this. So what I've got is I've loaded up a little sound clip. And the sound clip, it's an elephant. But it's a kind of dinosaur-y sounding elephant. A lot of people know that an elephant was used for the sound effects of the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, among other animals. So what I've done is I've got a couple of elephant sound effects, and I've made a little sound bite to animate to. And hopefully you guys can hear this. So yeah, it's a little sound bite for me to try and draw this dinosaur to. Now, it is 50 frames long. So what I'm going to do, we're going to try and achieve an actual animation workflow here, rather than just drawing the things and have them move around on the screen like a marionette, which is how I've been running with Flash. We're going to try and do some actual frame-by-frame animation, which is a bit daunting because I haven't had much practice with this. I'm running on old... I've been using old techniques. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a sketch layer. This is going to be the most basic keyframes of our animation. So, sketch layer is just going to be for... it's basically the key poses. So, the big major poses that your character moves to. So, starting... Oh yeah, check this out. When you move back and forth through the frames, you can hear where the sound is, and that can help you work out where your keyframes are. So, we're going to start off, first frame, we're just going to have him standing idle, ready to move. So, let's get started. I'm on the wrong tool, aren't I? What are we doing? Where am I? Where is it? What have I got wrong? Oh god, it's all gone wrong already. What am I doing? Oh, line smoothing. That's it. There we go. Right, we don't need line smoothing right now. That comes later. So, we're going to be doing a very, very simple little character. So this is just going to be like the base structure underneath. So you always start with a little circle for the head. That's going to go there, and this applies to whatever kind of character you're drawing. I can hear the compressor on my sound. I'm running my Line 6 guitar module for my microphone, and I've got compressors and everything on it to try and make it sound as good as possible. And I can hear the compressor. I can hear the compressor doing its work. I don't know if it's coming across to you guys, but I can hear the compressor at work. and it's doing quite a nice job. So have the head come back a bit here. It's going to have quite a thick neck because T-Rex had a lot of muscles behind its head, powering its jaws. So it's going to be a thick boy or girl or trans. Who knows? You get gay animals. Where's the bottom of the frame? Yeah, it's there. Okay. So it is important that we go off the frame for this, for the colouring. So that's going to sort of be the throat. It's going to be, let me think, centre line is going to sort of go here. Yeah, there we go. As I say, this is very stylized, cartoony thing. This isn't meant to be super scientifically accurate or anything. This is a way for me to practice my animation skills. So then we're going to have the snoot. There'll be a big snoot. The T stands for trans. Transaurus Rex? There we go. A little bit more out that way, I think. I'm going to turn the opacity down on this a bit because it's... There we go. Yeah, that's better. It's a bit better for sketching this. I think they could probably do a bit more forward. There's the little ossicones over the eyes, and there's the ossicones down by the sides of the jaw. That's going to be the centre line. And then big, thick jaw muscles. Eyes a bit lower down, I think. About there, yeah. Snoot should probably come out a bit more, I think. Keep calling it the snoot. King of the trans. Yeah, there we go. That's... So, centre line. It's gonna... No, let's make it a bit more... bit lower down. Try and get those lips going, because this has been an ongoing debate among... dinosaur paleo community, isn't it? Whether dinosaurs had lips or not. Is it? Who knows? That's the thing. There's so many arguments, so many debates. I reckon they probably did have lips. Most land animals do, even reptiles. You know, yeah, I'm a bit iffy about that. You know, it seems like not having lips is more of a rarer exception. Like, it just sort of makes sense, you know, not to have your teeth exposed all the time. Like saber-tooths, you know, I did the midnight ambush and I put lips on the saber-tooth covering up its fangs, and some people took issue with that. And I was like, well, why would they be exposed? You know, Mecharodus had smaller fangs than, like, Smilodon might have had exposed fangs just because they were so huge. But I reckon, you know, Mecharodus and Megantherium, saber-tooths like that, you know, they probably had, you know, big jowly faces. You know, clouded leopards have got lips hiding their teeth. And they've got huge canines. If you ever look at a clouded leopard's skull, the teeth are ridiculous. Wait, T-Rex have feathers? It may have done. It may have had a small covering of feathers. I'm going to bring the snout up a bit. That feels a bit low. But yeah, immediately I'm showing you the features here. The feathering on the... there we go. That's a bit more like it. Get a bit more of an angle going, a bit more of an animated look. Yes, immediately I'm much happy with that look. That's better. That's more like it. Just get into the tail going back there. Yeah, much happier with that. So, there we go. That's going to be our first keyframe. So, what we need to do next is figure out... you have 160. What is 160? I don't know what that is. Some feathers for display. It may well have done, like, until... I know that, like, the skin impressions of T-Rex and things I reckon until we get some like really solid concrete discoveries, it's going to be hard to say. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like an elephant or something where like it would appear bare from a distance, and then you get close up and it had like this thin fuzz all over it. $106 169,000 subscribers. Way nice. So mature. Anyway, right. So next thing, we need to figure out what the next step is going to be. What's the next major pose? We're not going to go frame by frame right to the end. We're going to go major poses in Sketch, then clean it up as we go. Because that's how the proper animators do. So I reckon about there. Yeah, about there is going to be like pulled back, ready to let it go. Let it go. So, what I need to do really? Oh, I've made a boo-boo here. I need to have the, what do you call it? That's the dog. Apologies for that. Ah, here we go. There we go. That works. Right. So now what we do is we activate the light table. Now the light table, the name comes from old school hand-drawn paper animation, where, you know, the old Disney movies like Snow White and all the stuff made way back when. It was all drawn by hand. They'd have layers and layers of paper on top of each other, and they'd have a light come from behind it. So you'd draw you'd like draw one frame, and then you'd put another piece of paper on top, and the light would shine through, and it would show you the previous drawing, and then you could draw the next frame based on that. So we switch on the light table, and there we go. There's our previous frame. So we can use that to work out our next keyframe. Don't you dare sing Let It Go. Do you know what? There was a metal version of that came out. Betraying the Martyrs, I think it was. People assume that that's my favourite version. It's not. I actually really like the Demi Lovato version. You know, love a bit of metal, love a bit of angry stuff, love my Mastodon, but happy music, I'm not against it. So what I'm going to do this next frame, we're going to consider one of the principles of animation, which is anticipation, which again is something that's quite hard to achieve in Flash. Which is when you have an action, you don't just have the action happen. You need to have some kind of wind up. So if you watch professional animation, you know, Disney, Warner Brothers stuff, a character won't just punch. They'll like pull back and then punch. So it builds up and gives it a lot more energy. So that's what this next keyframe is going to be. Is going to be him pulling back, ready to throw his head forwards and roar. So we're going to consider lines of movement. We've got to consider the mass. We've got to think of it all. I might even have him bring his tail up in the back. Yeah, that'd be fun. So that's gonna. Yeah, let me think. Ooh. Yeah. So we're gonna. Head is gonna be back. Sort of like how a rooster like cocks its head back when it's about to crow. Yeah, the drawing tools in this are way better than Flash. Way more dynamic, way more. My thing. So it's the cup holder thing for my my stylus. Body's going to stay roughly where it is. And yeah, let's have the tail up a bit in the background. Oh, how did I do that? Oh, I've never done that before. Ah, it's different. There we go. Just bring that down a bit. I don't like things that are different. Okay, so there's going to be like wrinkles back here and wrinkles down here. It's all going to be, skin's all going to be bunched up. I think I'm gonna, yeah, let's have the teeth bed. I know Again, this is the ongoing debate about whether dinosaurs had lips or not. One of them being, could they have snarled? Could they have pulled their lips back and emoted? Reptiles aren't known for doing that. Birds have beaks, so they can't do it anyway. So they probably couldn't, but for animation, it's more important. The actions and the expressions and the intent are more important than accuracy. It's why stuff like Primal goes so off model. Like if you watch Primal and pay attention to like how the characters look from frame to frame, there's a lot more exaggeration and stretching and bending because it's how they achieve emotion. So I'm going to have him or her or them again. Inclusivity. Pulling his snout back and snarling. So it's going to be like there. He's going to have a bit of angry eyes going on as well. Sort of narrow angry eyes to begin with. The other horn up there, and the, what are they called? Osteoderm? They're not osteoderms, are they? Osteoderms, that's like ankylosaur armor and things like that. But there we go. So we've got some angry expressions there. Non-Binaraptor. There you go. I can't take credit for that. Non-Binaraptor. I feel like, is there a, can I, let me just check. What's that? Cut rush. I need cut rush. Is there a... I'm sure there is, but I can't find it. Sacrificing reality for entertainment. Hell yeah. Oh my god! That's not what I expected. Oh no! That's not what I expected at all. Oh wow, that's... Okay, that's a tool that exists. Okay, that's completely new. I can't quite... Sorry, we'll do it over. I know what tool I'm looking for, but I can't seem to find it. Why is... Oh god, what's happening? Oh no, I've made a mess of it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, I've messed it all up. There we go. So, yeah, I'm going to try and keep that straight there. Oh, those rotten trolls have messed it all up. Anybody remember the rotten trolls? That's a throwback for 90s TV. 90s Saturday afternoon on ITV British television. Got back of the head bulging back there. How did I do this before? It looked alright before. What have I done? Oh no. Oh no, it's all going wrong. There we go. That was it. That's more like it. No, that's still not right. What am I doing? There's something... Okay. The expression, the shape of the mouth, I nailed it last time, and now I can't figure out what I did. What's going on? Amongosaurus. Very nice. So, okay, right, I think I know what I'm doing. He lied about his life. Okay, so that needs to be a bit more centered there. And then that sort of comes here. Yeah, I'm going to get some more nice dynamic lines going. Right, that's the centre line. Get it right. You dickhead. Just very roughly to get the idea. Let's have the throat pop out a bit more. Tails up. Okay, there we go. There you go. So yeah, as the animation. Oh, apologies, I just hit my windshield. So yeah, as I go along, the character will sort of reveal itself. Like I'll find new ways of drawing it, and it'll sort of clean itself up. Enough with the memes. The memes are here to stay. We will never escape memes. There's a whole generation of people now for whom memes are a primary form of entertainment. They're never going to leave. Right, so main keyframes. So right, so we need. So what's going to happen is once we've got the big keyframes, we're going to have a bunch of stuff in here that will be the lead up to this. I think I might even have him lean forward and pull back. Double anticipation is good. So I might even. Can I put a frame in there? Yeah, I can. Brilliant. So I'm gonna. Yeah, so we'll have a frame here of the head going down. Tail roughly the same. Then neck down like this. Center line. Come up like this. Ooh, pardon me. Also, I feel like I should just clear up while I'm doing this. This is not a paid sponsorship. This is not a promotional thing. This is not a brand deal or anything. It's just me having a practice with some new software, showing off what's possible with it. Lissawiscia is the best Triassic animal. That's a good choice. It's a good choice of animal. It's a crazy. I remember when the news broke about Lissawiscia. I was like, what? No way is that real. Friggin' elephant-sized Dicynodont. What tablet computer are you using? Tablet, I'm using a 13-inch Wacom Cintiq, which is pretty much. Oh my god, there's noises going off. Go away. I don't want to use your ads. Which pretty much top of the range as far as graphics tablets can go. You can go bigger, but I don't know where I'd put it, to be honest. I feel like, yeah, that needs to go a little bit further forward there. Computer. My computer is actually a custom build. Not to brag, YouTube went really well for me last year and is doing so again this year. The last 6 months has been the best performing months of the YouTube channel ever by a considerable margin. So end of last year, I bought myself a new computer from PC Specialist and had it custom built. So I'm running, see if I can remember this, i9 processor, 34 gig RAM, NVIDIA graphics tablet, not graphics tablet, graphics card from which I run the tablet and my main monitor. I have a set of, in fact, can the camera reach? While we're here, let's see how far the camera can reach. I'll see if I can show you guys. So I've got set studio monitors, one there, one there. Look at it, check it out, this is getting really meta. Look, there's you guys. And here's the broadcasting software. Down here I've got my microphone, I've got my guitar interface, which is a Line 6 Pod Pro X HD. Doubles as a guitar interface and a microphone interface. I've got my graphics tablets. And then down here, I don't know if the cable will reach this far. I've got the tower here. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. But yeah, this is the tower with a very fancy Wi-Fi extender because I can't reach the router from where I am in the house. And also this desk. I also bought this desk at the end of last year. It's a 3-tiered music production desk, which is very, very nice. It's basically everything. It's basically the whole setup that I've needed for ages. Oh God, I've ruined my angle. Where are we? Oh God, this has gone very badly. You can probably hear the dog while we're here as well. That's Bobby. He's our little rescue mutt. We've got 2 dogs. There we go. I think we're back in place. Everything in working order? Cool. The frame rate's dropped on the camera. It always, if I move the camera around, the frame rate drops, and I don't know why. Finally, instead of making the move like they're unrealistic, using normal, smooth, traditional animation. Yes, yes, that's exactly it. It's because I'm sick of the limitations of Flash. I still have to use it until I can buy the full version of this, because this is just the demo. But once I'm about halfway there, I'm about halfway to affording this. So, fingers crossed. Let's have the expression kind of draw up a bit. So like start of static and sort of kind of thing. So lips will be a bit higher up, and the eyes will be narrower. Nostrils roughly there. Again, the consistency will come in once we get onto the cleanup stage. So now we have a workflow that looks like this. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Drops down, pulls up. I think that frame should probably... No, that's fine. And then it'll be about there. It'll be where we're at maximum... Throwing the head forward. Very, very angry. Can you make rigs in TVPaint? I don't think so. Maybe, as I think, I'm still quite new to this software. There's a lot of tutorials for it. Plenty of resources out there. So, I have the tail throw back down. And we're going to have the head... Right, again, there's the centre line. Always got to be aware of the centre line so you can keep your structure. Would 3D animation be faster than 2D animation? God, no. I don't even know where to start with 3D. I'd have to model the whole thing. First complete animation took a month to make and a week to tweak. Yeah. Animation is time consuming. Make an animation with Lucio Wisher, please. Oh, that could be interesting. I'm working on a Permian one at the moment, which will be in Flash, again, until I can get this properly. But yeah, Lucio Wisher would be a fun one. I need to have a story to it, though. I need to have something happening. It can't just be an animal existing. I need to have something going on, some kind of narrative. So we're going to have the head, the neck rather, stretched out. Throat's going to be down here. Might even have the body duck down a bit. Heartache Island, that could be good, although I have already done one with Quetzalcoatlus, so Heartagopteryx be a bit of the same, possibly. But you know, never say never. I just think if I can get my head around this and get a good workflow going, I can make more and better animations more frequently. Right, this is where the pose is going to be most different. Mouth is going to be open and it's going to be all horrible. Big, horrible, crunchy jaws. Can't stop watching the Sabretooth video. Thank you. The night vision thing is something I've been wanting to do for a while. But I've had to try and come up with a scenario for it. And of course, I do want to bear in mind that that'll probably be the dogs. So thank you for being my inspiration for if I come back to animations for some dinosaur stories. Oh, you're too kind. You are literally too kind. There are so many artists and animators out there, worlds better than me. Not even like in and out of paleo work. I really like your videos, like the one with the Tasmanian tiger and the one with the animals appearing in the real world best. Yeah, that was a fun one. The what happened to the megafauna. That was fun. That was good fun to put together. It was challenging, but it was fun. Right, let's figure this out. So, this is going to be the challenge. Where are the jaws? What exactly is the structure going on here? So you've got to have the big jaw muscles pulling back like a crocodile or a tegu. They've got this big jowly jaw muscles. I want to try and get that nice animated feel to it. And again with lips, I don't want it to be like, you know how in Jurassic Park and similar reconstructions like that, you see a whole jawline all the way to the back of the head, and then there's like a flap of skin between them. Yeah, I'm not like, knowing what dinosaurs could have looked like now, I'm not a big fan of that kind of detail. I like the sort of curve of the lips. I think it's a bit more expressive. So let's try Fishing in the Rain. Fishing in the Rain was fun. Wawel Dragon. I feel like I should have heard of a Wawel Dragon, but I haven't. What is a Wawel Dragon? Is that like a nickname for like a Rarasukian or something? Like Postosuchus or something like that? It's like, Lots of Triassic animals have never been on film. Yeah, the Triassic is so severely underrepresented. There are so many bizarre animals that really need to have their time in the spotlight. Because, like, if any of you don't know, prior to the Triassic period, you have the Permian extinction event, which wipes out 90-odd% of life on Earth. And what happens when you have a big extinction event like that is that all the ecological niches, basically all the positions in the food chain open up. So when you have a big mass extinction event, you have all these spaces open up, and all the surviving animals rush in to occupy them. So for a little space of time after a mass extinction event, you have these really bizarre animals showing up. Drepanosaurs are one of my favourites because they're monkey lizards. There's no, like, they're not true lizards, but they're basically monkey lizards. They've got prehensile tails and grasping hands. They're so bizarre. And yeah, they're just so underrepresented in popular media. I'd love to do a Triassic thing showing off all the truly weird stuff that shows up in the post-extinction event world. It's going to have big teeths and big teeth. Eoraptor and Herrerasaurus of the Triassic. Yep, they were some of the earliest dinosaurs. I love the ongoing controversy about what exactly Herrerasaurus is, because like when I was a kid, Herrerasaurus was always like one of the earliest theropods, but these days I don't know what it is. It's like, is it a basal sauropod? Is it its own thing? Nobody seems to know. It's this weird anomaly among the early dinosaurs. I love it. I love those kind of anomalies. I love, because taxonomy, that's the thing with taxonomy. It's this system that we've made. It's this system of classifications that humans have made to try and put things in neat categories, but nature doesn't work like that. The natural world does not work in neat boxes and neat categories. It's this ongoing spectrum of things that don't quite fit into neat boxes. And I love it when taxonomy is just stumped. They're like, we don't know what the fuck this is. Thoughts that use obscure dinosaurs in the main cast, Tyrannosaurus, Titan, Tarbosaurus. Yeah, the more exposure for obscure dinosaurs, absolutely. Would you ever do a video of a large migrating herd? I would love to. Again, if I could wrap my head around the logistics of animating it. Because animating multiple characters at the same time is a big challenge. Especially if there's loads of them. Hello, Nicholas RAF. Are you in the RAF? My brother's in the RAF. He's the one my family's proud of. I jest. My family think I'm okay. I'm not the disappointment. Not yet, anyway. Ah, there's Bobby. Bork. There we go. And probably end up being even more intense when we get down to the actual. Okay, so. So, how long is that going to last? Okay, so I think about there. It's going to sort of close down. So here's where we are so far. Okay. Where'd it go? There it is. So, head's going to come down and close and then draw back into a starting position again. Again, this is just the sketch phase to work out the general form and things like that. Is there a particular location you want to cover whose fossils are particularly underrepresented? Oh, there's so many. Trying to think if there's any in particular. I mean, the Karoo Basin is go away ads. The Karoo Basin's one, like the old Permian sites in South Africa. That's a good one. And Atasucus looks like a platypus. Yes, in fact, its name means duck crocodile. Because of the beak. Beaky looking face. Eye is going to end up here. There's going to be one horn up here. As you see, the sort of the design of the character is sort of growing as we go. Sort of gradually adapting as I kind of work out the style. It's going to be a bit toothy more. There's going to be a bit more there, a bit more top of the head. A bit more forward and rounded off. Yeah, it's gradually becoming a bit more cartoony looking, which is fine. That's what I'm aiming for. Spinosaurus versus T Rex. I'm so done with that. I'm so done with that whole debate. It's just not interesting. It's the least interesting debate in the dinosaur world. Just leave it. It's done. No one cares. It's very warm today. Especially here in my studio. Using nested animations in Flash. Oh yeah, that could definitely work. It's just that Flash itself is the software can't really handle the load of it. You know, it doesn't quite have the power. Bloody hell, it's warm. Might have to get a fan in here or something. So, and then we're going to end on like a resting position. Back of the head down here, neck down here. Pardon me. Use Stomatosuchus. I'm trying to remember which. Oh, Stomatosuchus, that's like the whale crocodile, isn't it? It's the big flat head that scooped up. It was like a filter feeder. Yeah, I'd love to do that one. It's such a weird animal. This is one of those biology faux pas. People like to throw around the thing that's like, crocodiles have remained unchanged for millions of years, but actually there is so much diversity in prehistoric crocodiles. Like, some of them are just utterly bizarre. Like, Stomatosuchus was basically a whale. It was like a filter feeder. So cool. Love that kind of stuff. There we go. Okay, let's. Well, just out of curiosity, how does this look? Oh, it's actually not too different. Done all right there. Let's see. I can probably. Let's. This one a little bit more. The hole's a bit more projected. Just get a bit more definition on what goes where. Neck's probably a bit off, isn't it? Oh yeah, the chin's a bit pronounced. So let's just draw it back. Let's bring it back a bit. Yeah, I'm done with those kinds of who would win in a fight between kind of debates. They're just not interesting to me. Okay, and I think that is our keyframes in sketch form. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to deactivate the light box here, bring the opacity right down, and we're going to add a new animation layer. This is going to be called Line Art. Actually, I think we need to do more in betweens first, really, don't we? So yeah, let's go back to do more in betweens. So we'll switch the light box back on, bring that up. God, it's so warm. So what's that? Frame 8. So we'll go frame 4. Insert one image. Ooh, it's all gone off sync. Ooh, is there a way to not do it that way? Okay, so we can move them all back. There was a way to do this. There was a different way to do this, I'm sure. I remember it in what's her name's video. There's a way of doing this. Stencil, transparency, locker and not layer. I think it might be that. Let's just test it. Let's test it. No, that's not quite it. Let's try that one. Sorry, we're learning as we go. No, it's not that. Bloody hell. Right, we'll figure it out another time. Would you be down to do a collaboration with the Gaming Beaver? I mean, I'm not a gaming channel. I'm not sure exactly what I'd do. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do with the Gaming Beaver. I'm say I'm not a gaming channel. Right, so right, okay, let's get back. Let's get focus, people. Let's get back to work. Right, so previous frame is here, next frame is here. So you see the different colours. Let me bring up the opacity so you can see. So you see all these different frames that we've got on the light box. The green is the frame before and the orange is frames afterwards. So I need to make a frame that goes in between the orange and the green. Do you watch Wings of Fire? I don't know what that is. Not heard of it. Bear with me a moment. There's a very annoying light coming out the corner of my eye. Hang on. I need to fix that. Get in there. Oh. There we go. You have to collab with the Gaming Beaver. What would I do? I say I'm trying to figure out how familiar am I with the Gaming Beaver. Let's just check. Figure out exactly what he does. Because I don't know if I'm... I say, how much do our audiences cross over? Let's have a look. Yeah, mostly video games. Yeah, I mean, unless he comes to me with an idea, I can't... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. Are you a paleontologist because your knowledge about dinosaurs is incredible? No, I'm just an enthusiast. I've just been reading and watching dinosaur stuff all my life. I mean, if you guys are a mutual audience, you know, if you feel free to suggest ideas for collaborations, suggest things to him if you want. I say, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know if our schedules will line up. I say, my workflow doesn't really accommodate it. Wings of Fire is a dragon book series. I've watched the 2 books. Do you watch books? Interesting. Microraptor animation. Microraptor could be fun. Okay, so we need to make sure we've got these lines going down here. Where's the other one? There it is. And the snout is starting to droop. The snoot droops! It's fitted with a droop snoot. We're going to go there. Are you excited for the Agati Bloodlines documentary? I don't know what that is. I am out of the loop on so many things. It's embarrassing. What is the Agati Bloodlines documentary? Is it some kind of cheesy cracker? Yeah, it's not a bad transition. This one needs tidying up a bit. That snout needs to be a little bit higher. A bit more squared off. Yeah, sorry if I don't respond immediately. I'm kind of knee deep. That horn is not in the right position. It needs to be there, doesn't it? Yeah, it needs to be there. So, okay. That needs rounding off a bit. There we go. Do you play dinosaur games? I'm not a big gamer, to be honest. That's part of the reason I don't think, I don't know if a collaboration with me and Gaming Beaver would work, because I'm not a big gamer. An animation of Uranus fighting Werhosaurus like a real life fighting event of Fantasia and T Rex down. That's kind of interesting, actually. Because that may be the only instance where a Tyrannosaur and a Stegosaur would have actually met. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to double check that they were living in the same place, because I'm pretty sure Werhosaurus was China or something. There were a lot of Chinese Stegosaurs. I think Uranus was Alaska. But I'll have to double check. But that's interesting. See if I can find somewhere where those two groups of animals cross over. That could be fun. God, a lot of you are really into Uranus. Has Uranus got really popular lately? Okay, so we need one about here. Let's go that, and then this needs to go back, and this needs to go back. There is a way to do this more efficiently, I know there is, but I'm new to this software. I need to find out what it is. So that's about halfway. I need to bring down the outer frames, so right, let's do it this way. So that's so we'll bring down the frames beyond it, just so we can see the ones we need. There we go. Nice adaptable light table. I like that function. So I need one halfway between these two frames now. So about there with the oh god, there we go. Hello, 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 hello. Where it's starting to bunch up. Sort of there. Can you make animations of Brazilian dinosaurs? I mean, it depends what species. Like, there's not many found out of Brazil, is there? Relatively speaking. It's not really an environment that's conducive to fossil preservation. Not the best full animations, sometimes I may end up making things sometimes a bit more warped. I may do animation. I don't think Disney dinosaur storyboards. Yeah. Getting the tails going up there. There we go, we're getting somewhere. And the snoot is coming up a bit. And big jaw muscle here. And we're starting to bare the teeth, so I need to slowly bring them out here. There's your centre line. Remember your centre line. It's essential for keeping your structure intact. There's one horn, there's the other. Don't think there are Brazilian dinosaurs. There are Brazilian dinosaurs, there's just not many. It's not a very productive place for fossils, is Brazil. I think that needs to go more there, doesn't it? Yeah, that's better. New paleo documentary from Digital Duck featuring Nigel Marven. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Nigel Marven. Yeah, that needs to be a bit more streamlined. Floofy Tyrannosaurus needs more love. Tips or tricks or recommendations for starting animators? Jesus, that's a big ask. Patience. Honestly, patience is the big thing. It is so time consuming. Get decent software. Get good at art. You know, drawing alone is a good skill to have. You know, I've been doodling long as I can remember. And having some kind of a fundamental understanding of like the theory behind it. Like, that's the thing I've been behind on for ages, is like the theory behind animation. I'm basically entirely self-taught in how I've been doing animations, which could go a long way to explaining why they're so crap. What are your current thoughts on the current debate of Spinosaurus? I've given up on Spinosaurus. Like, it feels like every 20 minutes there's a new discovery that changes how we look at it. And honestly, I've just given up. Like, I'm just waiting for them to find an actual complete skeleton before I do anything with Spinosaurus again. I'm not doing an animation. I'm not drawing it. I'm doing nothing. I'm waiting until they find a complete skeleton and put the debate to bed. Because it's such a frustrating dinosaur. Okay, let's put one in here as well. So, image, and then we do this drawing back thing, which I'm sure I'm doing wrong. I'll have to look. Oh, there! Oh, I'm such an idiot! Oh, you bellend! Oh my god! You'd grab the bottom one and it draws them all back. If you look here, there's a little. See where my cursor is? Let's go over here. There's a little square there. And there's a little square here. You grab the top one, and it moves the frame around. You grab the bottom one, it moves the timeline around. Oh! See, we're learning. This is a learning experience. I'm learning something. Brilliant. It's good to learn. Never stop learning. Right, so got that. Let's put one in between here. Yeah, that'll do. So roughly halfway there. Yeah, there's a lot of repetition in animation. You just got to grin and bear it. Sorry, I don't know what that noise was. Made an inadvertent squeak. What's wrong with my body? Big tegoey jaw muscles. I love tegus. If I could have any pet in the world, I'd have a tegu. Okay, if time and money were no object, I would have a tegu. I think they're absolutely gorgeous animals. If you could vacation in any time in prehistory, where would you be your first choice? God, God, that sounds like a dangerous prospect, doesn't it? I mean, it's not something you can get shots for. You know, you go overseas, you get your shots for the local diseases. You can't really do that with prehistory. That's going to be the UK, isn't it? You know, you go overseas, oh, you need to get your tetanus shot, you need to get your malaria shot. Sooner or later, it's going to become the norm. Oh, you're going to the UK, get your coronavirus shot. That's the reality we're living in now. That was pretty good. So stars there. There. Ah! It's coming along. It's coming along well. So here it's gonna accelerate. So halfway is going to be about here. Yeah, about there. What is your favourite dinosaur? I think Allosaurus is my favourite. It's a good, reliable, big carnivore. And it's like, I think I once described it as being like one of, when you go see a band and the supporting band is way better than the headliner. So like, it's like Night Flight Orchestra supporting Guns N' Roses. Like T Rex is the big movie star, and Allosaurus is the support band. I've been vaccinated. Very good. I've had my first dose. I've had my first dose of the vaccine. Good God, the side effects hit me like a freight train. Jesus. Like, I was out cold for 3 days with the side effects from the vaccine. Right, so we're going to have a bit of motion here. There we go. And angry eyes. And your angry eyes, just in case. Oh God, what do we think about the controversy around Mr. Potato Head, huh? That is the funniest thing I've seen in ages. The fact that people are getting up in arms about a plastic potato. Like, come on. It's a potato. And you're acting like it's people are acting like it's the biggest societal catastrophe ever. Come on. It's a plastic potato. With interchangeable body parts. I mean, come on. It's such a... People are hilarious. They're hilarious when they're not tragic. I'm not happy with that. Not super happy with that one. Let's clear that. Let's try and give it a bit of a sideways swing, kind of a... So, like, jaw kind of... So it'd be a little bit sort of there, and the head would be, no, the neck would be kind of, it's tricky. This is when we're starting. No, that's no good. That's not what I want. Ah, Russia. I don't know why the Russian national anthem is just funny to me. It invokes comedy. I don't know why. Let's go. So I want that kind of... Well, I'm not going to get hacked by the Kremlin, am I? For invoking Russia. Speaking of animal gender roles, it'd be cool to see a prehistoric version of an animal not fitting in, like a masculine maned lioness in South Africa. That could be cool. I think there's a lot of interesting... There's a lot of stuff in nature that happens that could be applied to prehistoric creatures. So I don't know if how many TV networks would have the stones to show gay dinosaurs. Because you'd have people complaining about it because obviously people are idiots. No, I feel like that's just dipping down, isn't it? That needs to go there. No, actually, that's all right. I can do in betweens and give that a bit of a motion blur, and that'll be all right. T-Rex is overrated. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. Yes, T-Rex is incredibly popular, but god damn, it's awesome. Strongest bite force of anything ever. It's just a cool animal. so where are we at now? So let's see where we are in the sketch phase. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I feel like let's do one in here. And we can pull that back because I know how to do that now. Then we'll do a little in between here. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Parks and Recs playing in the distance on the TV downstairs while the missus works. Do 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 do. Love that show. How do you animate that good? How do you learn that fast but nice? Do you feel good or are you aware of these good days? Dinosuchus bite force strong too. Possibly, yeah. Actually, I've not looked into that. Dinosuchus has probably got a hell of a bite force. And how do I animate so good? I don't. I've been cheating my whole life. That's the thing, when you use Flash for so long, you learn shortcuts. You learn ways around the shortcomings of the software. There we go. Would the 5 big killer dinosaurs be Spinosaurus, Chirodontosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Maposaurus, and Tyrannosaurus? I mean, they were the biggest. They were definitely the biggest. We'll get rid of that line there. Okay, so... that snoot gets narrower. So we need to fix that. Fix the snoot. Save the dream! Save the rebellion! There we go. Comrade! What is your deal? Is the communist bothering people? Yeah, I think we'll just we'll put you in timeout, I think. There we go. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. Any other plausible but unconfirmed animal behaviours you want to behave? Style of Deinonychus mimicry or the Ornithorynmus mating calls? Yeah, so I've got like displays, like Birds of Paradise, oh no, it's gone wrong. There we go. How there's some birds that build structures as part of their mating rituals. I think that could be kind of fun. I think I want to get out of this habit of hunting because I'm sort of looking back on all the paleo reconstruction animations I've done, and they're all hunting. There's something's hunting something else in every single one of them, and I need to break that. I need to get out of the habit of having it be a predator thing, be a predator-prey relationship. I need to mix it up. I need to come up with something else. Are you atheist? Yes, but I try to distance myself from the term, to be honest. Because, okay, I know the quality of discourse on religion on the internet is absolutely outstanding. So here you go. This is going to be my one and only time I talk about religion on the channel, and one and only time I put my stance out on it. I'm atheist, but I try to distance myself from that term purely because of the kind of person that it conjures up. I think the term atheist, to me, it conjures up people like Ricky Gervais, Bill Maher, the kind of people who are like smugly, aggressively atheist, who feel like it's worth their time and energy belittling and talking down to people of faith. And I don't have the energy to be that kind of person. And since I met my girlfriend, then fiance, and now wife, she comes from quite a heavily Catholic family. And that sort of gave me a bit of insight into what life with religion is like. And it's changed my perspective a lot. And these days, I'm much more live and let live on religion. Like, if faith makes you happy and it doesn't hurt anybody else, then it's not my business to have a go at you for it. So there you go. I don't believe in any kind of gods or spirits or afterlife or anything, but I'm not on any kind of crusade to take that away from people. So there you go. That's my one and only talk about religion on this channel. It's the only time it's ever going to happen. I'm putting a nail in it because religious discussion on the internet sucks. Let's get back to drawing dinosaurs because that's fun. Right, here's where we are. Where's my thing? There it is. Where we are with the sketch layer. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. So we're gonna make this a bit more transparent. We're gonna. Do I want to add more in betweens? Oh, I'm curious. Maybe. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much of the sketch layer needs to be animated. This is all new. Let's put, yeah, let's do some more because it's going to make the final line drawing easier. So let's put one. Yeah, we're going to go in between. We're going to go in between on all of these. So that's going to go there. Just make sure that lines up. Ooh, that's. No, I want that to go. Ooh, no, not there. There we go. Okay. Herd hierarchy dynamics, mating rituals, raising young, baskings, siblings playing. Again, it's all well and good showing, sort of showcasing the behaviours, but you've got to have some kind of story. There's got to be some kind of narrative to it. It can't just be showing the thing happening. This is the thing I learned. Is something I've not talked about. Ragnarok. This is my goddamn years-long project that I've been slowly working towards. It's kind of my white whale, and it's part of the reason that I'm fighting to get this new animation software. Because the way I'm imagining Ragnarok going down in my head is not going to work in Flash. It's got to be this. It's got to be better software. For Ragnarok, I hired a script consultant because I knew that I want Ragnarok to be the best thing I make. I want it to be my magnum opus, my white whale, whatever you want to call it. I want it to be the best it possibly can be. So I hired a script consultant to have a look at what I got written up. And it was really helpful. Sort of clued me in on things like giving an audience something to hold on to, giving an audience something to engage with, rather than just showcasing things going on. There needs to be some kind of emotional response, some kind of emotional engagement. So that gave me some really good ideas for Ragnarok. and some good ideas for the channel in general. And hopefully Ragnarok will be better for it. Oh god, why does that keep happening? There we go. Yeah, so it's all morphy and wiggly. Oh, ho, ho. Isn't Ragnarok meant to be doomsday in Norse mythology? Yeah, it's the end of the world. It's the Norse end of the world story. And it's something I want to animate. Because nobody seems to have done it. That's the thing. My wife got me the book by Neil Gaiman. It's Neil Gaiman's kind of abridged Norse myth stories. And it was really good. And I read Ragnarok, and I immediately thought, has anybody made a short film out of this? Because it would be an amazing short film. So I looked around, and aside from a few like educational things, like Crash Course and overly sarcastic productions, there's no real like dramatic short film version of Ragnarok. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to do this myself then, aren't I? So it's been this thing that's always sort of sat at the back of my mind. It's always sort of, you know, behind the curtain. Like while I'm doing all these other projects, Ragnarok is the one that I'm building towards. And there's a lot of things that I want to achieve to get there. Like going part-time with work, because I still work 40 hours a week. Which kind of makes it difficult to make these long-term difficult projects. Ragnarok from Ark. No, not Ragnarok from Ark. Ragnarok from history, from mythology. The real Ragnarok. People arguing communism is right. Communism, do you know what? I ain't going to argue against it because capitalism ain't really making a great example for itself these days. Any economic system can be bad if put in place too harshly. That lower jaw looks weird. Like Thor? No, not like Thor. Like the actual myth with Odin and Loki and Fenrir and Jörmungand and all these other characters from the great legends of Scandinavia. Thoughts on Thor Ragnarok? I love it. Ragnarok is one of my favourite MCU movies. Easily. So good. I didn't care for the first two. The first two were kind of boring. First two Thor movies were kind of dull. But Ragnarok, love it. Super, super fun. Big fan of that one. Do you know what? That frame needs to go away. We can get rid of that one. That's slowing it down. We can just go. We'll move this one back there. No, we'll put it. Let's put it forward a bit. And we'll. Yeah, no, that's fine. What are your thoughts about hummingbirds being a theropod who wants to live like insects? I mean, yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's put you in timeout. Made up two evil prehistoric animals out of the Ragnarok warriors that bring destruction over the Suchomimus and Purasuchus. Interesting. Okay, we're going to put in a frame there, which is going to be him closing his jaws. Start with the communism. I'll put him in timeout again. If he comes back, I'll just mute him or whatever. But, yeah. Not going to argue against communism because capitalism ain't really setting a good example for itself right now. Just going to say that. I think small doses of communism don't hurt. Or socialism. Socialism. We'll go with that. Let's start that old debate, shall we? jaw needs to be a bit bigger. That eye needs to be a little bit higher. There we go. Why is that in my head? I don't know. It's not in Parks and Rec, is it? Don't think it is. Don't know why I'm seeing this. What? What am I seeing? Who is this? Do you think there will be any more MonsterVerse movies after Godzilla vs. Kong? No. No, I think Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be the end of it. But I tell you what, if the trailers are anything to go by, what a way to go out. Jesus. So good. How good do those trailers look? Like, it's blowing my mind how much the CGI has stepped up since King of the Monsters. It looks so crisp, and like the lighting and the colours, it's so good. I'll get rid of that leftover eye. Godzilla and Kong romance anime. Oh, it's the internet, I'm sure you can find it. You can find anything on the internet, no matter how depraved and bizarre. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be another MonsterVerse movie. Considering King of the Monsters didn't do super well, and with coronavirus happening, Godzilla vs. Kong is probably not going to make huge money. I know I've seen people say they want a standalone Rodan movie and a standalone Mothra movie and things like that. But look at the market they're working with. You know, the Han Solo movie, that flopped. And that's a movie about one of the most popular characters in film history. If that can flop, a Rodan movie is not even worth considering for a big studio. Looking forward to Godzilla Singular Point. Yeah, man. Any new Godzilla media, I'm down for it. I am fully down. Put one in there. Yeah, that'll do it. Godzilla Singular. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not a fan of the Rodan design though. I've got a bit of a chip on my shoulder for that Rodan because I don't like the idea of Rodan just being a pterosaur. Like, I like him as the kind of Archaeopteryx bird of prey thing. Like MonsterVerse Rodan, nailed it. Classic old school Showa Rodan, nailed it. Sort of more bird of prey, Archaeopteryx kind of body structure. I don't like him just being a straight up pterosaur. Aside from English, can you speak other languages? I speak the bare minimum of what I remember from high school. I've been trying to learn Proto-Indo-European, because that's useful. Because, well, there's a couple of reasons I'm learning Proto-Indo-European. One of them, I'll tell you what, I'll show you this. Ugh. Right, so get this back on. So those of you familiar with tabletop RPGs, things like Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Savage Worlds, things like that. I've got a gaming group that I play with. We do it over video chat at the moment for obvious reasons. And we've recently committed to playing some different games because we've been doing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons basically non-stop for, God, like 5-6 years now. And we recently committed to doing something a bit different. So at the moment, one of the guys in our group is running Legend of the Five Rings, which is a tabletop RPG about, excuse me, it's based on samurai culture. It's set in a kind of fantasy version of feudal Japan. And your character, green is the old frame, isn't it? Yes. And your character is like a samurai or a ronin or something equivalent to that. And once we've done that, we've each picked up some little adventures that we can run. I am going to be running Worm, which is a tabletop RPG set in the Ice Age. So your characters are primitive humans. Let's see if we can find some, like a good art page or something. Yeah, so you've got rules on making like Neanderthal characters and Cro-Magnon characters. Yeah, this is going to be really fun. You can hunt wild creatures and like all guides to like survival skills in the Ice Age. This is going to be really, really fun. But yeah, that's something I'm doing, running an Ice Age tabletop RPG. Which I've been curious about whether my audience would be into that. Would you be into seeing like tabletop role-playing games on this channel if they were like thematically relevant? An Ice Age RPG, would you guys be into that? I don't know, I'm not Matt Mercer, I'm not going to be a master at it, but it could be fun. Oh, he's back. Yeah, socialism, I'm down with socialism, but you're getting annoying, mate. Let's get rid of you. There you go. He's gone. He's gone. He's back. He's gone. He's back. Anybody here watch Auntie Donna? It's a very niche comedy style. Oh God, what's that? That needs to be in there. Yeah, I really enjoy. Like, I wish I'd gotten into tabletop RPGs sooner. Like, I didn't really know what they were or how they worked until, like, I met my current friend group. And I wish I'd known about them sooner, because there's so many. Well, there's a bit of interest. That's good to see. Yeah, there appears to be about a 15 to 20 second delay between me recording, you guys seeing, and then you guys commenting. So apologies if I don't respond to things quickly. But yeah, seems to be a little bit of interest in that. I'll see what the group thinks about it. There is a restriction with my group because my wife is a school teacher, so we kind of have to limit her online presence. We've got to be careful about where she can appear. But yeah, I might. Do you know what? Maybe that could be my collaboration with the Gaming Beaver. Maybe I could get a few other YouTubers in and do like a Zoom RPG session, ongoing series. Have you played or watched Little Nightmares 2? I don't know what that is. Again, this is my gaming. Like, video games are not a big thing for me. I play maybe one video game every year or two. I'm way more into tabletop RPGs than I am video games. That's just my format. What does she teach? She's a maths teacher. She's actually just got a promotion this week gone. She's becoming a department director. She's doing very well for herself. And here's me drawing cartoon dinosaurs on the internet. I'm not a disappointment, I swear. But yeah, she's a high school maths teacher. She's very good at it. That needs to go a bit more forward. There we go. Do you think T Rex has feathers? Maybe. We've had this discussion, haven't we? Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll wait until the actual game's done, just so I've got some experience under my belt running a game, because we've sort of just had the one DM running our games for the most part. Well, the wife recently we recently did Curse of Strahd, the D&D adventure, and that was a TPK. We all got killed by Strahd. It was brilliant. TPK, TPK. Right, where are we? Let's have a look. I think we need a few more in there. Yeah, let's put one in the middle there. And we get it there. What program do you use to make your marching dinosaurs? That is one of the many animations that I've made in Flash 8, horribly outdated, and I want to put it to bed. What is this animation going to be about? It's not about anything. We're just playing today. We're just having fun with some new software. Trying to get a handle on the workflow, how the software works. We're just having fun today. No pressure today. We're just experimenting. We're just having fun. That's going to be about there. Yep, that's about right. Do you read books with dinosaurs? Yeah, I read a lot. Most of my reading is non-fiction, sort of scientific or historical stuff. I've got plenty of dinosaur books somewhere. That's the thing. We moved house a little while back, and we still have stuff in the garage in boxes. I think most of my dinosaur books are still in there. And until we can find a place for them, they'll probably stay there. Message retracted. I saw it though. It said, "Can you sing?" I can growl. I can do the death metal thing. Did that for a long time till I left the band. Yeah, it's a bit hot and humid and clammy in here for me to try it now. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. I've got a little thing in the works in regards to me singing. I've got a little thing I'm working on in the back of my head. A little thing in the background that I'm working on. Thoughts on the MonsterVerse as a whole? I think it's been entirely palatable. It's a very mixed bag, isn't it? Here's the thing. I think so far Skull Island is the best of them. Like, as a piece of filmmaking, I think Skull Island's the best of them. Godzilla 2014, good movie, bit boring in some parts. Aaron Taylor Johnson does not carry the movie well as a leading man. He's not charismatic enough. King of the Monsters, I love that it exists, but it is a hot mess. It is a mess of a movie. My initial review that I put on the channel was very glowing because I was very excited about it. But after multiple rewatches and looking back on it, it ain't half a messy bitch. Like, when I found out that they were... Like, when I was watching the trailers and sort of getting that they were going for an environmental thing... Excuse me. It's very humid in here. When I started to get that they were going for an environmental thing with King of the Monsters, I thought it was going to be like the monsters representing the disasters that happen with man-made climate change. So, like, the ice caps melting, the floods, and pollution and acid rain and all that kind of thing. And I thought the message of the movie was going to be like, we need to stop the monsters waking up, otherwise more of these disasters are going to keep happening and it's going to put humanity in danger. But what the message of the movie is that, oh well, the world's ruined, we should learn to coexist with it. And what's even weirder is that the heroes and the villains have the same goal. Both Serizawa and his lot, and Russell and her lot, both want humanity to coexist with the monsters. So the conflict makes no sense. Like, it's... Again, I love that I love that there's a big budget movie with Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra, and Ghidorah. But god damn it, the script is a mess. It makes no sense. It's not a well-written movie. If the MonsterVerse continues, what would you like to see after Godzilla vs. Kong? It depends who wins. It depends who wins that movie. From the looks of the trailer, from, like, I'm sort of putting together what the story's going to be, I'm betting Kong's going to win. I've got a feeling Kong's going to win. Just because it looks like he's going on the hero's journey. He gets, the fight on the... Here's just what my speculation. You've got the fight on the aircraft carrier. Kong beats him. Godzilla beats Kong, or, severely wounds him. Goes on the quest to the Hollow Earth to find the Ark. Comes back and uses the axe and the skills and the friends he's made along the way and beats Godzilla. That's what I'm putting together. I reckon Godzilla's going down. So... the MonsterVerse going on from there would be Kong and whatever he has to deal with from that point being the new Alpha. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be Kong going on the hero's journey and becoming the new Alpha Titan. That's my prediction. I'm a Godzilla fan through and through, but I reckon he's going down. The battle between Godzilla and King Ghidorah is awesome. It is, but honestly, looking at the way it's been animated in Godzilla vs. Kong, I kind of wish that movie had the effects budget of Godzilla vs. Kong, because the CG in Godzilla vs. Kong looks phenomenal. It puts King of the Monsters to shame. Right. Oh, we are way too far ahead. Let's go back. Right. Okay, so I think we're about which monster's going to be the good guy, the bad guy in Godzilla vs. Kong. I mean, Kong's going to be the hero. Godzilla is going to be the antagonist. Whether the leak, I mean, you got to appreciate how much effort Marvel put into not letting spoilers leak out in the lead up to Endgame and Infinity War. And Warner Brothers have just been like, oh yeah, there's Mechagodzilla. Like, it's just out there now. It's not even a spoiler. It's just out there. What his role will be, I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing antagonist Godzilla. That's going to be fun. Right. I think we're in a position... I think we might be in a position where we can go on to doing the proper line art. So, what we're going to do, we're going to switch off the light box for that layer. We're going to lock this layer. And since we've been going at this for about 2 hours, I am going to very quickly grab a drink because I'm very thirsty. So, stay tuned. I'm going to go grab a drink and we will be right back. Back in a moment. And we're back. Hope you're all here. I've got a special guest with me, if you guys want to see. Davey! Got a special guest. Hang on, let's get that out of the way so it doesn't get mixed up. Hey, buddy. Do you want to say hi? Do you guys want to meet my puppy? You want to meet my puppy? Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Here he is. Oh, hang on, I'll tell you what. Let's switch up the view. There he is. Hiya, buddy. Look how big he is. Look how big he is. Yum, yum, yum. Hello. So this is Davy Bones. I introduced him at the end of last year. He's a lot bigger now. Look at that. Look at the size of this lad. Hello. 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 Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Davy, give me a kiss. Oh, it's a bit warm in here for you, isn't it? Oh, it's a bit warm for you, you big lump. Oh, hello. Look at you. Oh, he's so big. Oh, he got such a big mouth. So fluffy. Gave him a bath yesterday, so he's super fluffy. Look at all this fluff. Look at all this fluff. You're a good boy, aren't you? You're a good boy. Oh, yeah, it's a bit warm in here for you, isn't it? Let's send you back out. Go on, buddy. Away you go. Good boy. Oh. Oh. Oh, so that's my little floof. Well, he's not little, he's huge. Excuse me. He's getting bigger. He'll probably get to be about twice that size, which is worrying. We gave him a bath yesterday. It took about 2 hours to get him dry. It's a big challenge. Anyway, let's get back to work, shall we? There's that old Star Wars wipe. I'm enjoying this. Seriously, get OBS. If any of you ever want to do some live streaming, OBS is the way to go. What kind of dog is he? He is a Keeshond. Keeshond. They're from the Netherlands. They were bred to be barge dogs. They would sit on the canal boats and guard them from intruders. Right. So, what we're doing now, we're on to the next phases of animation, which is line art, the proper line art. The sketches are just meant to get structure and movement. Now we're getting into the proper line art. For this, I'm going to use a different tool. We're going to use the pen brush. So go check all the details, and we're going to put on line smoothing because I am a cheating scumbag. How do I zoom? I've forgotten how to zoom. Ah, there we go. So now, oh, buddy. There we go. That is Bobby. He's our rescue mutt. He is much smaller. Bobby! Quiet. He's much smaller and much less fluffy. But he is also a good boy. Right, let me just check that this works. Oh God, what's happening? No, why does it do that? Why? What are we doing? Line art, click that one. What's that symbol? What's that? Why am I not allowed to draw? Let's delete layer. Okay, right. New animation layer. Okay, we should be good. We should be okay. Right, let's give this a go. Let's make sure this pen works. Yep, that's good. Make it a little bit smaller, I think. Yes, so got that switched on. Yep, so being a horrible cheat here by using the line smoother, but it works for me. So it's how it helps me achieve my style. It's a means to an end, isn't it? I don't know why it always starts off super thin. I need to get further into the settings of this and figure it out. I can get it to go a little smoother. Yeah, we're basically just going to go over the sketch. Oh my god, it's warm. I am so hot right now. So hot right now. Can you all hear Parks and Rec downstairs? Nick Offerman, man, what a legend. What a legend that guy is. If I could be half as handsome and talented he is. What do you think of Pacific Rim: The Black? I'm interested, I'll check it out. I just hope it takes more from the first movie than Uprising. God, that was... Oh. There's very few movies that make me angry. Like, there's movies that are bad, there's movies that I'm not into, but then there's movies that make me angry, and Pacific Rim Uprising was one of them. Like, that was such... Oh. I'm not going to talk about it. It makes me so mad. Unless you guys want me to talk about it. I can rant for hours if need be, but I don't want to. This is a place of positivity. There we go. Oh, no. Let's shimmy the microphone over a bit. Give me a bit more space. There we go. Let's just forget Uprising ever existed. I agree. I'll tell you what, that genuinely happened. I forgot it existed at one point. Like, I was at work, just thinking about stuff. Was there a side-by-side scroll? Where is it? What's the... Oh, it's... What? Is it... Where the... Hang on. Oh. Oh, it's there. Oh, there's controls there. Good God. We're learning. Yeah, I was at work, just idly minding my own brain, as I do. You know, just thinking about whatever, as I do. You know, at work, I just let my mind wander because I can. And thought coming into my head, boy, I'm really glad they never made a Pacific Rim sequel, because that's a movie that... that's quite off. Yeah, I'm so glad they never made a Pacific Rim sequel, because that's a perfectly self-contained movie with no cliffhangers and no loose ends. And then I remembered Uprising exists. I'm like, shit! They did make a sequel, and it was rubbish. Please be quiet, my mum is sleeping. Turn your volume down then. You ain't gonna tell me what to do in my house. You're in my house now, son. Okay, so I bet Atlantic Rim is better than Uprising. I'm not watching Atlantic Rim. I don't need that. Nope. There we go. We're getting the hang of this. We are getting the hang of this. Where's the... There it is. Oh, Lord. That is bright. There we go. We've got that layer. So yeah, we're going to make some more in-betweens with this eventually. And again, I want to shout out to... what was her name again? I've completely forgotten her name. Small Fry. YouTube channel, I'm Small Fry. Has a bunch of tutorials on TVPaint. Very, very helpful. Thank you. You've made this possible. What a good person. Speculative evolution. Yeah, I'm passingly interested. Wouldn't say it's one of my main areas, but it's fun. I don't think I haven't bought any of the Spec Evo books, but I've seen a lot of the artwork. This is tricky. There we go. There we go. So I'm trying to match. both where the sketch is and what the final art is. It's a bit tricky. So that go there, and that go there. That's still wonky. This is a tricky bit. Ever heard of The Future is Wild? Yeah, I've got the box set. That was a fun one from back in the day. And I love the idea of cephalopods eventually becoming the dominant species. I've got a friend actually who is paralyzingly afraid of octopuses. Like, he has a pathological, terrified fear of octopuses. And honestly, who can blame him? They're fascinating, but they are potentially terrifying. Like, if they could support their body weight on land, they would annihilate us. Like, they can change colour, they can change texture. They're just mad animals. Let's bring that opacity down. Oh, that needs to come right down. There we go. And that's going to come up. Nope, that's going to be a little bit lower. I'm not very talented. That's going to go there. Giant desert bats. If I remember correctly, one of the discs on my box set doesn't work. So I get to a certain point in the series and then it just stops. And I have to just stop watching. Which is a shame. Octopi will be terrifying once they get longer lifespans. Yeah, they don't live very long, do they, octopuses? They only live a couple of years. If they lived longer, they could accumulate more knowledge. You need to go. Ah! Poop. Poopy balls. You will obey, Ziltoid. The fourth dimensional Ziltoid the Omniscient. Is this... Does anybody know what that is? If you do, then you're cool. Okay, how's that look? Oh, the fact that it's all separate windows is disorienting somewhat. I need to figure out this interface. I need that horizontal bar to be above the timeline. It's throwing me off. Empty image. God, it's so warm today. It's ridiculous. How did this happen? It's February. No, it's not Futurama. It's way nerdier than that. Fourth dimensional Ziltoid the Omniscient. Bring me your finest coffee. Never realised how well I could actually do that voice. Captain Spectacular. Did I do that line on the others, or was it just a... No, it's kind of a sharp tooth looking thing. It's got like the boxy square snout. Like the sharp tooth from Land Before Time. That's fine. Go there. Oh, I know about Spinosaurus. Oh, excuse me. It's a good joke. Yeah, that's a good joke. Haha. Very amusing. Ha 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 ha. Oh, excuse me. How impolite. Nope, that is way too big. It's starting to look like Devil Dinosaur from Marvel. Is that ever going to show up in the MCU? No. flat Spino. Yeah, pretty much. Snout's got wider, hasn't it? Oh no, it's not too bad. That's fine. Between When Dinosaurs Roamed America, I haven't seen When Dinosaurs Roamed America. A lot of the documentaries just don't do it for me. Like they follow a lot of the same tropes and like limited CGI budgets, and everything's like, it's part of my philosophy behind doing the animated reconstructions is to like counteract those kinds of documentaries where everything is like explosive and just heavy and fast. Ah, it's chaos. If the YouTube rules are the same as the old days of your channel, would have 1 million and more subscribers. Oh, maybe. I did have a channel back in the day. I did have another channel. And like an idiot, deleted it. For the dumbest reason. I used to do more animation. I did Transformers. Did Transformer animations way back when. I was a little bit of a name in the Transformers fan community. But I deleted the channel because I met the woman who would one day become my wife, and I thought, I'm cool now, I don't need a YouTube channel now that I've got a girlfriend. What a dickhead. What an absolute knobhead that guy was. I wish I could slap him. Slap him straight upside the head. Right, let's just have a second, see how this looks, roughly. Ah, zoom out, you shit. Why won't you zoom out? There we go. Let's just see how that... Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. We've got the basic start of some animation. We've got something. We've got the beginnings of something. That frame's going to be there. And we'll do some more in-betweens once we've got more of the frames going. What frame am this? Oh, I need to bring that back up. There it is. Okay. Is that Spinosaurus? No, it's a generic theropod. Bit of a T Rex, bit of a Allosaurus. It's just a meaty boy. Ugh. Oh no, what have I done wrong? Ah, there. No! Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh god, I've done something wrong. Something's gone wrong. Boo. Are you mates with Thew Adams? I follow Thew. I have met him. We talk on social media occasionally. Wouldn't necessarily say I'm mates with him. I don't know him. I can't claim to know him that well. But I'm a big fan. And I have met him. Met him at a Devin Townsend gig. He is way shorter than you'd think. Oh, I need to do this frame next. Right. Why are you doing this? It's not letting me draw on the frame. Why not? I was on the wrong frame. That's why. I was selecting the layer that was locked off. But that's why we have these features, isn't it? So yes, there we go. That's what. There we go. We're back in action. The boys are back in town. Get that snooty boy. Yeah, Thew lives like 2 cities away from me. So I can't really claim to be his friend. Because I've only met him the once. But he's a good man. He's a good man. An excellent gentleman. And a fine example of unironically enjoying the things you love. He's a good man. We like Thew. Best dinosaur roar in fiction. I mean, I know it's not a scientific thing, but nothing's going to beat the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. That's still... That roar is just legendary. Nothing's going to top that. That movie is aged really well. I know we dunk on it for being scientifically inaccurate, but as a movie, it's really, really good, isn't it? It still holds up. Get a bit more of a frowny face. Frowny face. Harvey Dent. There we go. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where do we go? Where do we go? Ooh. Oh, heck. It's awkward, this. There you go. There we go. Here we go. We're getting somewhere. You all still with me? Oh, 31 people watching. That's not bad. Give us a thumbs up if you're still watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Drive audience engagement. Whee! Like a roller coaster. Could bring any extinct species back from the dead, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd love to see a mammoth, but the planet's warming up. You know, we don't have anywhere to put mammoths if we did bring them back. This needs to be longer. This needs to be so much longer. Let's go 80. Yeah, we don't have anywhere to put them, so it wouldn't be fair on them. So I'd leave it. Oh, God damn it. I've done it again. I've done it again. There we go. Yeah, I'd leave them alone. Let sleeping mammoths lie. I'd choose the dodo. Sure, why not? I mean, there's places in the world where they definitely wouldn't be amiss to come back. You know, Mauritius Islands, there's not really much in the way of large land animals there. Why not a zoo? Mammoths in zoos. You underestimate how cold the Ice Age was. Like, I don't think there's a zoo in the world that is cold enough all year round to sustain a mammoth. You zoom out. There we go. Okay, I need it on the frame. Farm them out again. Where would you keep them? You'd need some kind of like Arctic ranch. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Alaskan or Russian zoos. Yeah, are there even zoos in like Russia or in like Alaska or Siberia? I don't know. You could keep much of a variety of animals there. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there, lads and ladies, and those between, beyond, and outside conventional gender roles. We don't discriminate here. Everybody's welcome. Boop, 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 boop. No, lower jaw's a bit thin. People don't do mammoth farms for the same reason we don't do elephant farms. Yeah, elephants breed really slowly. It would not be a profitable farm. It's like, oh yes, we're waiting for calving season. When's that? About 18 months. Bring back species that would benefit the environment where they once roamed. They've started doing that in the UK. Like they've reintroduced wild boar into a few places. There's talk of beavers coming back. wolves in some areas, which I think is risky because we've kind of built a society here in the UK around not having to worry about predators. You know, badger might give you a nasty nip. But I don't think necessarily resurrecting extinct species for that purpose. You know, because there was talk a while back from someone about putting Indian elephants into like American wildlife parks in the place of like mammoths and mastodons. I think the climate's changed too much. How's UK during lockdown? Oh God, never ending. Boo, Boris and Matt Hancock and the lot of you. Shearing a mammoth for wool, you need some goddamn big shears. Bring Komodo dragons back to Australia? Jesus. It's a big ask. There's no megafauna for them. That's the thing. Komodo dragons eat monkeys and goats and deer and water buffalo. They eat big mammals. There's what, feral camels? That's probably the best they've got. And that's camels probably too big for them. But then again, they are very adaptable scavengers. They probably find a way to decimate the local wildlife, as usually happens when you introduce an invasive species. I'm struggling with this eye. Come on. That'll do. Oh dear. Pardon me. Yeah, bringing back extinct species, or like locally extinct species. It's a tricky process. It's a very tricky process that needs a lot of consideration. Water buffalo in Australia. Did not know about that. They're like escaped feral buffalo, I presume. Because there's been nothing big in Australia since Diprotodon went extinct. Here's a question for you. Wombats make square poop. Do you think Diprotodon pooped like a GameCube? With like a big... It'd be like that big, perfectly cube. It'd be like a GameCube, wouldn't it? I hope so. Australian paleontologists, get back to me. Did Diprotodon make giant square poops? Do you think it's possible to re-evolve certain extinct species from existing ones? I mean, it's already happened, hasn't it? There's breeds of dog that used to exist that have been bred back into existence, and there was a water bird, I think. There was some kind of water bird that like evolved into a form that used to be extinct. Were you as excited by everyone else at the possible thylacine sighting last week? No, it's never a thylacine. They're extinct. Let it go. God, it's not good. It's not good to keep fixating on it. It's not healthy. They're extinct. They've been extinct for nearly a century. Let it go, people. Let the guilt go. I know it's like this big guilt trip thing that people go on about the thylacine, and they feel so unbelievably guilty because they were persecuted, because they were hunted down, and that's part of why people are so desperate to see them come back. But they're not coming back, people. I'm sorry, they're gone. It's a fox, or it's it's either a fox or a feral dog or a padmelon or a quoll or something. Just let the thylacine sleep. It's not healthy to keep this guilt running. Right, where are we at? How does this look? We're getting somewhere. Need some more in betweens, but looking good. Looking decent. Again, not super experienced with this, so it's a learning experience. What are we doing? What are we doing? There. Yes. Okay. Because what if it's because they've seen ghost Tasmanian tigers? Sure. Ghost thylacines. It's about as credible as anything else. Ugh. Padamelons are government spies made to specifically trick people into thinking thylacines are alive. There's a deer species. Can't remember what I think they're called, like tiger deer or something, or zebra deer, something like that. They're these little deer about the size of a fox. They're tawny brown and they have black stripes running down their back. And there's somebody on Twitter suggested releasing a bunch of them into Tasmania to really like throw people off, like make people think they've seen a thylacine. But I think that'd just keep the whole guilt trip running. Painting stripes on a padamelon, yeah, why not? Bloody hell, it's so warm today. I cannot express properly just how warm it is today. I was talking about Proto-Indo-European earlier, wasn't I? Yeah. That's why I brought up Worm. That's why I brought this up. The Ice Age RPG. So yeah, I've been looking into Proto-Indo-European language. It's sort of hypothetical, like ancestral language of all the major European and sort of Southern Asian languages. And it's sort of interesting to see where, like, the cross sections between all these different languages come from. They sort of looked at common words in these different languages, found the common, like, phrases, common sounds, and tried to, like, figure out some kind of, like, ancestral language. And it's really interesting that they sort of figured out they hypothetically came up with the first god, which they called Dios Pater. So they got these words Dios, which means son. I might be mispronouncing it, but it's basically son father. So they got this god Dios Pater, and from Dios Pater, you get Deus in Latin, you get Zeus in ancient Greek, you get Jupiter. Dios Pater, you get Jupiter, Dispater, the Roman god of the underworld, from Dios Pater. You get so many, like, it's really interesting to look into it. So I've been looking it up to try and incorporate a bit of it into the Worm campaign, and also a little music project I'm considering. It's a little thing that's been like tickling the back of my mind for months. But the music scene in the UK is currently dead in the water, so not really worth pursuing at the moment. Have you seen Primal by Genndy Tartakovsky? Yes, I love Primal. Primal is part of what's motivated me to really step up my animation. Primal is made in TVPaint. This is the software that Primal is made from. Made in. Got there in the end. That ain't right. There we go. Yeah, I love that show. It's probably my favourite TV show in years. Because I don't watch a lot of TV. That's the thing, I really struggle with TV. Like, I don't watch broadcast TV at all. We don't have broadcast TV in our house. We don't. It's waste of time. It's all garbage. It's just a time sink. That's all it is. It's all streaming service. Anything that's worth watching will be on one of the streaming services. But yeah, Primal, it's, you know, pulp fantasy, animated short shows like 20 minutes each, self-contained stories, no dialogue, all visual storytelling, and there's dinosaurs. It's like perfectly catered to me, because I can't be doing with shows like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead. Like, I fell out with Game of Thrones. I fell out with Game of Thrones before everyone else. Okay, I'm making that claim. I saw where it was going. I knew. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but I knew it was going to end badly. Because I can't remember what season it was, but we were on a particular season, and I realised that Game of Thrones, the writers, are more concerned with shock factor and subverting expectations than telling a good story. So whatever ending they came up with was going to disappoint people. It was always going to disappoint people. And I called it, and I was right. But yeah, things like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, I just can't be dealing with them, because it's like God knows how many seasons, and they're all an hour long. It's just, I can't commit to it. If it's a fairly fresh TV show and there's not too much to catch up on, then sure. But yeah, I much prefer movies to TV myself. Dance? Ain't your monkey. Ain't your performing monkey. Can't dance. I can headbang. Not as well since I cut all my hair off. Are you going to make a cave lion? Maybe. Might do cave lion someday. Again, as long as I can get a story for it. Need some kind of narrative. Why is that not do that? Why is that not do that? He said. Ah, shit. There we go. There we go. How's this looking? We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. That needs another line going on. There we go. If anyone wants to make a good ending, why can't they let their fans help them with that? That is a terrible idea. Never let your fan base in on the writing process. Can you imagine if Star Wars did that? God, it'd be a mess. Star Wars fan base is carnage, isn't it? Just absolute madness. There we go. It's better. Dinosaur King. Heard of it, never watched it. A lot of things I've heard of, a lot of things I've never watched, a lot of things I can't be bothered to watch. I'll take movies over TV shows any day. You know about the world's loneliest tree? That's news to me. Oy vey. Where am I going? There it is. Alright, we need a bit more definition here, because he's turning his head. The hills are alive with the sound of traffic. Imagine if Five Nights at Freddy's game had its lore written by the fans. Oh, God. Yeah, don't let fans in on the creative process. As much as Game of Thrones was a huge screw-up, don't let the fans write the show. Jesus. They don't know what they're doing. That would have been terrible. Yeah, it would. Don't let the fans be part of the creative process. That was the thing the Game of Thrones guys did, was they'd look on the online forums. They'd know, like, they'd look on the fan, like the Reddit feeds and things like that, and they'd look at people's predictions for the show. And if somebody made a prediction that turned out to be right, they would rewrite the episode. Like, they would just scrap the storyline and rewrite the episode because they didn't want anybody guessing what they were doing. So surely there's got to be a threshold beyond which point whatever you come up with is not good because nobody guessed it. Not a good way to make a show. It's like, nobody saw this coming. Yeah, because it's a shit idea. Right. Oh, excuse me. Korean Lion King with dinosaurs. Yeah, it's about right. It always amazes me how, like, the Eastern stuff, like the documentaries and dinosaur films from, like, Japan and Korea, the CGI is always so good, and I don't know how. Like, what are they doing different? I mean, Shin Godzilla. The CGI in Shin Godzilla is worlds better than the Monsterverse. And I'm including King Kong versus Godzilla just because of how realistic it is. Like, I'm talking realism. But yeah, like the documentaries and dinosaur films that come out of Korea and Japan, they look so good. Blows my mind. Okay. Is the layer of sweat showing? I can feel it. I can feel the sweat going. Let's turn off the light box. Turn off that layer. How are we looking? Ugh. Again, this isn't meant to be anything serious. Partially because I can't export it. We're just having fun today. That jaw. That back of that jaw expands. Oh. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally definitely fine. Where are we at now? Switch on the light box. I'm not talking the designs, I'm talking like the quality of the animation. Yeah, so yeah, Shin Godzilla, it moves like a guy in a rubber suit. I mean, it is motion captured. But yeah, like the texture and the lighting on it's amazing. Okay, where am I? I'm gonna try and get this in one big line. That's what I like about this. No, it's not quite what I want. I want a bit more up here. And then straight this way. There you go. That's what I like about this style, kind of Derek Wyatt kind of style. I'm a big fan of Derek Wyatt. This kind of dynamic, colourful, cartoony styles. I'm not going to have all these teeth in. It's going to be some big teeth. Let's get the jawline. Got a better jawline than me. Nope, no, that needs to be more curved like that. That's better. Felix Colgrave, I have no idea who that is. Let's look him up. Australian film director. He looks like half the people I know. Bloody hell, he's younger than me. What's he done? Tragedy video storyboards, Charles Scanner. Yeah, why? I I have no connection to this man. I don't know who he is. Looks like his animations are way better than mine, though. Good for him. What monster would you add for the Monsterverse? I mean, they're mainly going for the big names, aren't they? So, don't know. Beast from 20,000 Fathoms? Why not? So warm, Jesus. The Sumatran rhino is the closest relative of the woolly rhino. Yes, they are the closest relative. As far as we know, they're the hairiest rhino, definitely. They've got an adorable layer of fuzz all over them. Get a little hint of the horn on that side. Varan. Again, it's a big Hollywood cinematic universe. Much as we love Varan, much as we want to see him represented more, big Hollywood studio is not going to fork out Toho's fee for Varan. Ain't going to happen. What's the... Where's the... Oh, it's there. Okay. So that's going to go there. Yep, that's fine. Biollante guy again. Biollante's origin story is way too specific to be translatable to the Monsterverse. Like, you'd have to do the whole story to have Biollante in it. You can't just drop her in like you can with, you know, like Anguirus, Varan. They could suit it. But, yeah, Biolante's far too specific a monster. Don't think it would work. Yeah, we're just going to do a few teeth on this, not spend too much time on it. Because this is just a fun exercise. We're here for fun! And we'll do the big old tongue. Rah! That's all going to be black inside there. Where did I put the eyes? Oh, there's the eye. So I'm going to do emptiness there. So I'm going to have this frame specifically be the raw. Then the frame in between is going to be a motion blur. So I'm going to fill this in Where are we? There we are. Bring that. There we go. Get a better idea of where we're going. Could Destroyer appear in the upcoming movies? Maybe, but again, it's the fee. Like, Destroyer is not a bankable enough character in the States and outside of Japan. That's the thing a lot of people don't think about when they go, "Ooh, what might happen in the MonsterVerse next?" Is this is a big Hollywood production, and Toho charge big rates for their monsters. So I think it's more likely that if they wanted to start including more monsters into the MonsterVerse post Godzilla vs. Kong, they'd probably go for some of the old American monsters like them and the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and some of the old Harryhausen monsters. I'd like to see some of those guys come back. Oh, there we go. Get them big jaw muscles in. Turn of the Giant Claw, yeah, that kind of stuff. Get some of the old Harryhausen monsters back. Like, the old classic American monsters, the 50-foot woman and the thing from beneath the sea and that kind of thing. Those are the old pulpy American monsters. They need love as well. Well, they can make their own, yeah. More guys like Behemoth and Methuselah and those guys. And the Mutos. More new monsters. Less reliance on nostalgia. More new monsters, please. Grrr. Much anger. Much fangs. Much teeth. How are you doing? I'm warm. I'm really goddamn warm. I'm just going to keep the tongue up here. It's going to be easier. It's going to be easier. A bird the size of a battleship. Like cue the winged serpent. Things like that. That'd be funny. Or Tremors. You could get the graboids into it. How ace would that be? Maybe that'd be the explanation, because they say in Tremors that the graboids don't appear in the fossil record. Maybe they're from the Hollow Earth. That'd be amazing if they got the graboids in. Okay. Ooh. We're getting somewhere with it. So then here, what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a motion blur thing, or attempt to anyway. How are we going to do this? How do you want to do this? Oh, that's gross. That's unnecessary. So what we're going to do is going to look a bit weird, but it'll make sense in the animation. Or should. I hope it does. It's going to look very strange. trying something new. Trying something very strange. Oh. Use a massive pencil. I don't know what that means. Life's fine. Good. It's difficult times we live in. No, that's got to be. This is gonna go like this. Yeah, she's having to teach lessons from home because, of course, our government hates teachers and doesn't want them to have the vaccine. Okay, right. This looks very strange. I'm well aware this looks very strange, but in the animation, it should pay off. Let's see how this works. I might have just ruined this. This may have worked, this may not. Let's find out. Hollywood stars and celebrities, what do they know? Do they know things? Let's find out. That's what I'm going for. It kind of works. It kind of works. Yeah, it kind of works. It sort of works, I guess, does it? Bit of motion blur. Tell you what, while we're on this frame, yeah, smear frame, or an attempted smear frame. Been watching a lot of Aaron Blaise lately. Those who don't know, Aaron Blaise, he's a former Disney animator, character designer, art director. He's got some really good videos all about animation theory and things like that, and he works in TVPaint. He's been a really good source of information for me to learn how to do this kind of thing. So here's where we're at. Yeah, this all works, this all works. Tell you what, while we're on this frame, I think I'm going to work out colours, and I'm going to show you some of one of the features that is like one of my favourite features. I love this. Right, so we're going to go colour and texture layer, and we're going to set the source to the, is that anim one? Yeah, we've got, let's, yeah, to rename this line art. Ooh, line art. There we go. God, it's so warm. Okay, so colour layer. One source. So we set the source to the line art. So again, we're going to keep it simple. What we're going to do is we're going to colour this guy in. The way this works is really, really goddamn simple. All you do is pick your colour. Sorry, let's go for Fang, shall we? From Primal. It's kind of aquamarine colour. So on the colour layer, pick your frame, and you just go, oh no, that's not right. Right, pick your frame, get your thing, pick your colour, like that, and you go, well, you're supposed to anyway. Turn off the line smoothing. Come on, work. There we go. Right, so what's supposed to happen now is this. Yeah, you extend this to match the whole thing. And the colours stay in. Look at that! How much time has that saved? It's just coloured the whole thing. We'll just do another one down here. There we go. Oh no, we need to get rid of it. Because you have these little things called squiggles, and they stay in place, and they'll colour in whatever. They'll colour in whatever you want to do. Right, so insert image there. Okay, so this wants a line. Come on. There we go. One there. And then I want another image here. That's going to be there. There we go. One here, there, 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 and there. Yeah, boy. Cool. But then it gets even better. Watch this. Even better is the way this thing can do shading. So what you do for shading is you make, what do? We do a new animation layer. You get your line. Switch on here. Doesn't matter what color you make this. Let's go light coming from the right. So watch this, right? This is so cool. I love this. So just draw a line. No, let's go. You draw a line there, and a line there, and there. Now let's go there, and yeah, one there will do, and a line there. And that's all you need to do, right? Now watch this. This is so cool. I love this. You go new color and texture layer. We'll put it, yeah, that's fine. Then you set the sources to both of them, right? Stay with me. What about other colors like stripes and spots? The shading technique works for that. This technique can be used to add coloration. I'm just adding the base colors here. But watch this, right? Because we've set the line source to both those red lines and our regular line art, watch this. It colors that in. And there, and there, and there, and there. So then what you can do, actually, do you know what? Let's make it blue instead, because shading tends to look a little better if it's blue. I've learned this recently. You make it a dark blue. Make it very, very dark blue. So then you go boop, 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 boop. Okay, and then, oh, where are our layers? You can get rid of that, set the transparency, completely get rid of those lines, and then bring down shading of that, and it just creates shading. Those squiggles disappear when it's animating, but then you can create shading that way. I love it. It's so good. Yeah, if you can see it when I animate, those lines disappear and just leave behind the shading. And it means what I can do, let's see how well this works. This probably won't work very well, but let's just see what happens. We'll extend that to where we've animated so far. The lines are going to be completely wrong, but screw it, we're having fun, aren't we? We're having a laugh. We're just having fun with some software. And then I'm going to extend these lines to occupy that space as well. Let's see how well it... Ooh, yeah, Yeah, it doesn't work super well, but you get the idea. It stays in place and allows you to have the shading. Again, you'd have to go frame by frame and do it all properly. But yeah, I love that feature. So good. Anyway, let's get rid of these layers because we don't really need them right now. Let's get rid of that. That's not what this exercise is for. Oh God, I've duplicated it. I didn't mean to do that. Colors. Okay, I'm gonna make another new frame. Empty. Bring up the sketch. Switch on the light thing. Oh, the end is in sight, folks. We're getting there. We're getting there. What a journey this has been. So, where are we? Yeah. Black line. Switch on the smoothing. Yes. And away we go. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that because I thought that was such a cool feature that this has. I thought it'd be a shame not to show it off. Because that is going to be... when I eventually get round to buying this software, that is going to be a huge time saver for me. I love it. Yeah, I'm about halfway in my savings to getting this. But I also need to get a car. But I also need to get a driver's license because they keep getting cancelled because of the lockdown. Ah, I missed. Ah, what happened? There we go. That's a cool effect. I like that kind of overlapping effect with the lips. Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot more than I enjoy animating with Flash. It's way more intuitive, way more responsive, way more creatively fulfilling. There's a lot more I can do with this than I can with Flash. So I just need to buy it, don't I? I just need £1,100 for the Pro version. There is a consumer version, but it doesn't have those colouring layers. The colouring layers are one of the big selling points for me, so I want to get the Pro version, which is more expensive, obviously. And there goes blep, and I go blep, and I go blep, and doggo goes blep. He is a good doggo. Yep. And there we go. See? The colours autofill. How great is that? Once the lines get in place, colours autofill. I love that. Such a good feature. So time saving. I love that. I love that so much. I cannot overstate how good of a feature that is. Yes, it has filled in some of the other spots. That's fine. I don't care. I'll go over it later and clean it up. Maybe. That's if I can save this. I don't know if I can with the demo version. I don't know if I can save projects and come back to them. But yeah, that's... Mwah! 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 Brilliant. Excellent feature. It's magnifique. little bit of that snarl going. I think what we'll do, I'm just thinking I'm probably gonna, we won't fully animate this today. I might do it later on in my own time. I'm just thinking that I am absolutely steaming. I am basting in my own fluids. But I definitely want to get to, what time are we on? 3:30. Yeah, we're making good time. So what I want to do, I want to get to a point where I can colour at least one. Where I can fully colour at least one frame, and use it as the thumbnail. Cheeky me. So I think what I'll do. Ooh, I'm gonna get rid of that. What I'll do is I'll get to the point where we've done the proper line art for all the frames. We'll fully colour one frame, and then might revisit it later on to fully animate. This has been fun. It's been nice talking to you people. It's been nice engaging with the audience, getting some live feedback and ideas and conversation. It's nice engaging with the audience from time to time. Where are we? There we are. Did I leave enough room to not make the mistake again? Yeah, I did. There we go. Hey, and there go the colours. Oh, I love that so much. Such a good feature. Oh, I forgot to do the eye. Silly me. Oh, that blows my mind every time. I love it. Oh, excuse me. And then that, we'll extend that. So, how does the whole thing look so far? Oh, not that way. There's, there. And get rid of the sketch layer. There we go. Yeah, it's looking good. Whoa, why is that still there? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is... Yeah, we'll cut that down. Bring the sketch layer back up. This is much more in keeping with the kind of style I want to be going forward with. It's definitely a faster process. Make new frame and extend it in place. And what I'm planning to do with Ragnarok, like I say, that's my big passion project. I've been conceptualizing it for about 2 years now, or going on 2 years, and written a script for it, hired a script consultant to improve it, actually paid money for a script consultant like a proper filmmaker. And I think once I've got the full version of this and I can actually export the animations, that'll be when proper production starts. Because I want it to be good. And once I get a bit more practice in with this software, because it's really good. I think you can all agree, having seen what it's capable of in comparison to Flash. I'm still going to have to use Flash for the time being, just because it's what I've got. They've fully retired Flash now, haven't they? Web browsers don't support it anymore. I love Mr. Weeble's tribute, because that was just my childhood. That was the early days of the internet. Who among you were there? You don't remember the early days of Weeble and Bob and... Nah, that's not strictly what I wanted, but fine. The early days of Weeble and Bob and Albino Black Sheep and things like that. That's what got me into animation, was silly cartoons on the internet. Ed's World and Astuff Movie. People say, oh, I remember when there were only 3 Astuff movies. Try remembering when there was none. I remember the first Astuff movie coming out. I've been on the internet a long time. I am a dinosaur of the web. It's a miracle I've kept it up, considering how much the landscape of the internet has changed in those years. Animation's not really one of the big things anymore. It's like, oh, what was it? Happy Tree Friends. God, that's going back. Who remembers that? That was another one of those like founding internet programs that I watched. That was a Flash program, wasn't it? That was like really high-end Flash. And bring out the colours. Repeat. No, stretch. Stretch. Ah. Hang on. Is that the thing I want to do? Or is it this one? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Such a good feature. I will never stop going on about what a good feature that is. Magyarosaurus. Yeah, it's a little little tyrannosaur or something. It's from Hatay Island, isn't it? It's one of the little dwarf dinosaurs. Let's get your teeth in. Nasty big pointy teeth. Oh, that's gone a bit awry. There we go. There we go. New frame. New frame. There we go. Oy vey, we're getting there. That's the thing with animation, it's not a quick process. You've got to be in it for the long haul. Teeth and teeth. And on. Oh, I totally forgot about the what is it? The little cheekbones, the little osteoderms. Ah, well, it's fine. It's not a big deal, he said as 1,000 paleo nerds descended on his house. You forgot the osteoderms. Actually. You just hate that attitude. There's this running attitude in like the paleo community of like wanting to be the biggest know-it-all. And not in like a constructive, you know, I want to learn all the things kind of way. But like tearing people down. Like, you know, someone will make a piece of paleo art. Someone will just do like a drawing because they want to. And someone will be like, actually, that's not really what they look like, you idiot. It's like, dude, chill out, man. I've always maintained that the online fan base is always the worst aspect of any kind of special interest. Ready for this? Ready? Is it gonna do the thing? It's gonna do the thing? Yeah, it does the thing. Love it. Love it. Ooh. You can just click on the frame and it makes the noise. That's good. Didn't know that. We're learning. We're learning new things. Alright, see you later, folks. Yeah, it's a fun thing with time zones. Everybody's got things on, haven't they? Well, we're here in the UK. It is 20 to 4 in the afternoon, and we're in lockdown, so nothing's happening, is it? Ain't nothing happening. I'm not hopeful for this roadmap either. They're talking about, this is the roadmap out of lockdown. It's like, yeah, you've said that before, haven't you? Boris. There we go. That's better. So then we stretch. And the colours disappear there. And we're going to make a new one there. Empty instance. We're nearly there, folks. We're nearly there. Oh, very. Where are you? There it is. Head's rising up a little bit more. Whew. Jaw gets slightly more closed each time. Good and expressive. Showed my friend Hatzegopteryx and now he can't sleep. Ashdarkids are terrifying. I really want to see one of those life-size models. You know, the ones they got in the... I think it's the Field Museum in Chicago has a life-size model of a Quetzalcoatlus. I want to see that. That's on my bucket list. Once we're allowed to go outside again. I want to go to Chicago. I want to go to the Field Museum, see the dinosaur exhibits they have there. I want to see Sue. I want to see Maximo. I want to see Quetzalcoatlus models. Because they've got two, haven't they? They've got one on the ground and then one in the air. I'm from England too, but live in America now. I can't tell if that's... I don't know if you've improved your situation or worsened it. Because both countries are kind of a mess right now, aren't they? I mean, America's slightly getting better since the orangutan left. Still a bit of a mess though, isn't it? It's a messy country. It's a funny old world, isn't it? I heard Quetzalcoatlus is smaller than Hatzegopteryx. They're about the same, from what I'm aware, from what I've heard, what I've read. There's some variation between them, but there's a similar size. Negligible size difference. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we need to add a little bit more there, I think. Yeah, let's boop. Add empty instance. Select that layer. Color. Where's the pipette tool? Got to have a pipette tool, haven't you? There it is. Let me pick the color, Mum. Let me pick the color. Oh my god. There we go. Oh my god, Mum. It's not a phase. Oh my god. There we go. There. Come on. Oh, I've got the freaking smoothing thing on, haven't I? There we go. Get rid of those ones. Don't need them. Ah, why have you done that? There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, I think we've only got one frame left. So we'll extend that to there. There's the last frame. Now, obviously, on a full-on proper animation, all of these would be individual frames, but I ain't got time to do all that today. And again, this is just a bit of fun, bit of practice. We're playing around. So, get to the line art. We can see the previous thing. What was the first dinosaur animation I ever made? God, I don't even remember. Yeah, maybe the Marching Dinosaurs one. That honestly may actually be the first one I did. Not the first animation I made, but probably the first dinosaur one. Print that. Because I did a lot of Transformers back in the day. Back in the olden days of the internet. Before the adpocalypse. Before the dark times. I was there. I remember YouTube circa 2008. I remember what went on down there. You don't know. You young people don't know what happened. You weren't there. You didn't see. Dunkleosteus was terrifying. Goddamn right. Horrifying creature. Amazing, but horrifying. It's like, instead of having teeth, I'm just going to extend my skull. I'm just going to bite them with my skull. We're getting there. We're getting there. And I think this is the point where the colours come back. Yeah! Brilliant. Everything was terrifying. Everything's a drum! Any Auntie Donna fans? It's a very niche... Oh, that one's there as well. Brilliant. It's a very niche sense of humour, that show. Very absurd, very strange. Okay, so here's where we're at now. I may have to adjust the colours. May have to adjust the colour on something. Let's turn off the light box there. Okay, let's see how this looks. Yeah, we're definitely doing something. Okay, so I think that'll do for animation. I'm just going to find one frame. Let's find a really good frame. Honestly, that frame looks really good. I quite like the way that frame looks. So we'll colour this one in. Yeah, we'll colour that one. So let's insert... Ooh, duplicate image here. Ooh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, so we'll insert... No, not that. Insert image. One there. Go back. Right, so let's do this. No, right, switch that off. Okay, so that fills in there. We're going to go just black for the inside of the mouth. Ooh, actually, let's do the teeth first. Why are you doing that? Why have you gone that shape? There we go. Let's pull this one back, just so it preserves the other frames. There we go. There we go. So, right, okay. So let's do the teeth first, I think, just so we can see where they are. So, pale sort of yellow colour, I'll do. So we go one there. Ooh. Let's get nice and close. So, on that, there. Oh no! What happened? What happened? Screw it, we'll sort it out in a sec. And then black for the roof. There we go, that's fixed it. Then kind of pinkish colour for the roof of the mouth, for the tongue rather. Bit paler, a bit more orange. Yep, that'll do. Can you all hear that train going past? I live about 200 feet away from a railway line. Eyes, just go. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do for colours. We can add some stripes and shading. Actually, let's give the eyes a bit more. Let's make the eyes yellowy green. There we go. Yeah. So then we can add, let's go ahead and add new animation layer. This one will be called Shade. The shade of it all. Activate the line smoothing. Let's go red so we can see what we're doing. And again, we're going to go lighting from the right hand side so we can see what's going on. So dead easy. Go to that. Let's go like that. Like that. That. I love how easy the shading is in this. Such an easy way to do shading. So good. Line there. Do we need any more? No, I don't think we do. So then, add, where are we? Oh, new. Ooh, where are we? No, that's a background layer. I don't want that. New color and texture layer. Sources, shade, and line art. Where's it gone? There it is. So then we go to our, right, we want this to be above that layer. It's going on top. Oh, no, don't do that. Want color layer to be below the shading layer. There we go. So then we select this layer, pick our dark blue color, and we go blap, blap, blap. Just turn off that smoothing. Blep, blep, blep. Maximum blep. Oh, hang on, that's not gone quite right. What are our sources? Well, sources are set to the shading and the line art. Yep. So I want to. Oh. Why is it doing that? That's solid. It's fine. Should be all right. Okay, so you do it there, but you don't do it there. That's strange to me. We'll leave that one. That's fine. That's not a big. That's not a biggie. So then we go to shade lines. Get rid of them. Go to the shade line and bring that shade down. Let's have it about there. No, it needs to be a bit darker. That does. Darker still. Black as pitch. Black as midnight, black as pitch, blacker than the foulest witch. And then we can add some stripes and things, can't we? You know, add some features. I'll try and avoid making her look exactly like Fang. New animation layer. Yeah, we'll try not make her look just like Fang. It'll probably end up looking like Fang. So let's go with some stripe there, stripe there, stripe there, stripe there, stripe there. It's going to look like Fang, isn't it? Of course it's going to look like Fang. Stripe there. Yeah, it's going to look like Fang. It's fine. Fang's cool. We love Fang. Make them dark green. 25% animation, 25% conversation, 50% Dane talking about how amazing certain features are. It's good software. It's good software. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, and then we're going to add a new color and texture layer. Sources are going to be that one. We're going to pick our dark green and go blep, 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 blep. Then this layer needs to be, come on, there you go. This layer needs to be beneath the shading. Come on. There we go. Beneath the shade. That layer needs to go transparent. There we go. Oh, don't do that. Yeah. So that's roughly how Primal would be made using those kind of techniques. I wonder if I make these a bit darker, make it a bit more transparent, does it fit in better? Yeah, it's fine, I suppose. So there's going to be one frame of this that's really well coloured. There it goes. nice. You know what? I'm really pleased with how this has gone. I've had a lot of fun today. So what I'm going to do, we're going to make the thumbnail right now. What I'm going to do is go to OBS. Now, I haven't figured out how to crop in OBS. How does crop? Transform, edit, transform, crop left. Ah, I've got it. So if we go 100. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh, look at me, I'm shrinking. Yes, I'm going to be setting off soon. I just need to figure out how this works so I can make my thumbnail. Oh no, we're getting there. No, that's not what I want. Zero that off. Zero that shit off. Hey, look at me, I'm so big. Transform, can we go a little bit further? I'm shrinking. No. There we go. If we bring the top down a bit as well, just make myself a... No, my head. Ah, I see. So it's inverted. That's strange to me. Sure looks strange to me. Oh no, that's the wrong one. There we go. Bottom. No, not that much. I'm drowning. This is really fun software to play around with, by the way. OBS. So good. No, let's not do that. Let's just make these big and make these big. And I'm going to sit up a bit further. And make the pen nice and definable. We're going to make the thumbnail. There we go. And we've got to have like a clickbaity face. It's like some kind of clickbait face. Everything is a drum. Well, like. What do I think? Some kind of clickbait face we've got to go with. There we go. Like a sword. The pen. The mighty pen. There we go. Actually, tell you what, we'll get some forced perspective on the go. Pretend I'm left-handed. Should pose a spear. Ah! Just screaming incoherently. So, yeah, this will do, because I can get a good silhouette going here. With my mostly white room. There we go. There we go. The print screen button. That'll do. Excellent. Well, I am very much pleased with how that has turned out. Let's just shrink me down a bit because I'm occupying so much space. Transform. Scale. Reset. There we go. Yeah, I am very pleased with how this has turned out. And again, this isn't meant to be like a full demo or like any kind of proper production or anything. This is just me having some fun. Yeah, if I was to spend more time with it, I'd do more in-betweens, more frames in between those keyframes, make it look a lot smoother. But yeah, I'm very happy with that. This is the way of the future. This is the way. So, thank you all very much for joining me on this. This has been a lot of fun. It's been nice talking to you guys. It's been nice getting a bit of live feedback. some suggestions, some ideas. Yeah, I've had a good time today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Do take care of yourselves. I'm going to carry on working in rusty old Flash until I can get my hands on the full version of this. Do take